It's only for educated. For if someone has a lot of money, so they provide us many schemes. But someone has not money and not education, so everyone is cheated.
This is Akash Tiwari from Yusupur, Mohammadabad, and currently I am a student of class 12th. And my hobbies are playing cricket, reading books, and traveling. And my father's name is Mr. Ravindra Tiwari, and by profession he is a businessman. And I want to become a software engineer. So that's all about me.
Well, myself Angita Singh Kuswaha, and I am hailing from Yusupur. My father name is Mr. Amla Singh Kuswaha. He is a farmer. And currently I am pursuing BSc first year from Satyadeva Degree College. And my hobby is reading books, listening music, and sketching and traveling.
So today we are here to state some points about topic which is dowry system, and that is given to us for a debate. So I want you to start with your points.
I think when someone demands for the dowry, and it's always demanded by the groom families. So I think that time bride families have to face a lot of problems, like maybe many brides belongs to a middle class family, poor family, so parents are getting debt, so I think it's wrong.
So first of all, I will tell that what is dowry. So we know that in the ancient time, usually the girl's family or the bride's family used to give some gift to their daughter in the form of various things, like in the form of money, in the form of property, or in the form of pets. So usually at that time, dowry was considered as a very good thing, because the girls were leaving their home and they were shifting to another home. And day by day, the trend of the dowry increased a lot in our country, and in the current time it has become a trend, and each and every person have to follow the dowry system. So you mentioned that for the dowry, boys are responsible for all of the time, but I will prove you wrong, because we know that if there is any crime being done, so in the crime, if there is any person who is doing the crime, and if there is one person who is tolerating the crime, so the person who is tolerating the crime is the more bigger criminal than the person who is doing the crime. So I will say that if you are giving the dowry to any groom, so you are responsible, because if you will not give the dowry to the groom, so you are not pressurized so much to do the marriage of your daughter only with that particular person. So there are a lot of the boys available in the society, so you can do the marriage of your daughter with any other person also.
But they also know it if we have to give dowry, so they already know what is going on in our society. As you said, in ancient time usual people give the dowry, but in a form their own will. They are not pressurized. But in this time, parents are more pressurized by the groom family.
But who is doing the pressure? Who is giving the pressure to
because them? They know that they have not give the dowry, so their girls are burned, killed, and more things.
Not at all. Not at all. So if there is any family who is demanding a lot of the dowry, so you can deny them that I will not marry my daughter to your family. You can you are allowed. You are from the constitution. You have a lot of the rights. So you also have a right that you can marry your daughter, or your daughter can be married in a family to which you all are ready, or you all are agree with them. So in that case, I will say that if you are allowed and if you are agreed to marry to any particular family, so you are taking the responsibility that I will give some dowry to you. And let me tell a point that in the current time, most of the families are not doing the marriage for they are not giving the dowry for gifting something to their daughter. They are giving the dowry for buying the boy, because in the current time most of the family of the brides are using to give a lot of the dowry, so that they can get a very well educated a guy who is doing a government job or who is earning a lot of the money. So that's why they are giving a lot of the dowry. So according to me, the more responsible family is the family of brides.
As you said, the parents are finding a successful person. So why we cannot find a successful person? Because they know it. In this current time, we all know we have to pay dowry for anything. It's not matter boys are employed or unemployed. As you know, and if you don't know, so you can see in our societies. Maybe when we marry with a successful person, so that time we have to a lot of dowry, maybe less of more. And when we marry with a unemployed person, so less more we can say. So that time we cannot find employed person.
So I will recall you that in the earliest part of the debate you said that dowry is good when the family of the bride are not so much pressurized, and dowry is bad when the family of the bride is being pressurized by the family of the groom. So in the current time you are saying that most of the time the bride's family are giving the dowry not only because to get the employed boy. So I will say that in the ancient time they were giving it with their will, and in the current time also there are a lot of the rich family, there are a lot of the well-educated family from the both sides, so they are also giving a lot of the dowry. So in that case usually happens the thing is both family are very well educated and very well rich family. So usually the bride's family used to give a lot of the gifts to their daughter, and they give just as a gift, and they do not give the gift for getting a very well educated person, because they are knowing that their daughter is successful in his life, in her life. So she does not require any well educated guy, or she does not require any guy who is earning a lot of the money in his life. So that's why in the rich family also there are a lot of the dowries being given by the bride's family to the groom.
It's only happened in the rich family, but mostly we can see in the poor family they have to face a lot of problems when we want to get their daughter married.
So why they face the problem? Why they face the problem?
Because then what is going on in our society, it's not easy to change their mentality, because it's when this mindset has been going on for a long time, it's not so easy to change it.
Do you know which type of the boys demand for a dowry? If there is any person who is earning a lot of the money, who is well educated, who is successful in his life, so that type of the boy will only demand some dowry from the girl. But if there is any boy who is equally successful as the girl, so he does not have power to demand any type of the dowry.
So how can we say it's equally? Because in any vacancy girls are so less position. We can see in any boys position is more than the girls.
I'm not getting your point. Pardon me, please.
When you can see in any vacancy, when the boys position has a lot of like 600, 700, so then the girls have only 100, 200.
So it's their responsibility. They should try to work hard. They should have to get education very properly. So by doing these things, they can also get the government.
But
job.
We cannot find the same position and in the same way.
So why they are not getting this is mistake done by them, and
no.
In this there is no responsibility of the boy, because I will say that the girls are having a lot of the concession also in the government jobs, in the vacancies, whereas boys are not having, because girls are being allowed for less heights also, less.
But
less
when a girl
there are a lot of the things.
When a boy is more successful, so they also demand a lot of dowry.
So
that time he is educated, as you said. If someone are educated, so he understand what it's a crime.
Yeah.
It's your point. So that time boys are already educated, so he must understand that point. It's a crime.
So if there is any educated person, and if you are doing the marriage with a very low family, so at that particular time usually boys does not demand a lot of the things. Usually the father of the bride gives a lot of the things so that he can consult the family of the boy to marry her daughter.
No, it's because they know we have to pay it. It's not matter he is employed or unemployed, because maybe sometimes
no.
You can see in this time
you are saying that if we are marrying our girl to any unemployed or any unsuccessful person, then also
they also demanded. Maybe it demanded for a little bit less, but it's also demanded. So parents are always thinking about if we have to pay, so why we cannot find a good person.
No, if you will marry any boy, if you will marry your daughter with any boy who is like equal successful with your daughter, so he cannot demand a lot of the things like the person who is earning a lot of the money.
They also demanded for this.
No,
I saw
how
it.
can you say that?
No, I saw it. In many cases, I saw it.
I have also saw it that if there is any girl who is being married to a person, like let's take an example. If there is any constable in the police, and there are couples who are in which one is boy and in which one is girl. So if they both will marry each other, so the boy can never demand that I need these things, so then only I will marry you.
You are saying saying it about love marriage. As you said, it's a couple when after marriage.
Not only in the love marriage. There are. I'm talking about the position. I'm talking about the success of their life. I'm talking about the condition of their life. So if they both are equal in their life, if they both are doing well in their life, so boy can never demand a lot of the things from the girl. And I will say that if the girl's family are fulfilling the demand of the boy, so only girl's family are responsible for increasing the dowry system in our India.
No, I'm not agree with your point. I agree with your point with some points, not all. Because when you said when we are equal, so you can see in a family two childs, one boy and one a girl. So parents are always prefer to get educated the boys, not get educated the girls. So how can you say it's responsible of girls? Girls are always want to get education, but parents are not prefer them.
Okay, so listen me that the point you are saying was followed for most of the time in the ancient time, but in the current time the era has become modern, and most of the parents, I am not talking about all parents, but most of the parents are not doing the gender discrimination, and they are giving equal chances to their daughter, to their sons. It doesn't matter that which gender is from the daughter or the son is. So most of the time I have also seen in the current time that most of the youngsters, whether it is boy, whether it is girl, they both are moving to the different cities, different areas for getting a very well education. And if we will talk that the parents are not allowing, so I will not agree it, because we see that in the current time there are a lot of the girls who are doing very well in the education. So I will say that
yeah, but it's some families, not all families, but mostly parents are getting preferred to the boys.
No. Most of the parents are doing not doing discrimination with their.
Yeah, we can say it, and we can also see, but in only some families, not all.
I will say that in only
if you
some
can see in
families,
a middle class family and poor families, so you can also see it. They also prefer to the boys get education, not girls. Boys can also go anywhere for the higher education, but when time of girls, so they always said no.
if they are not sending their daughter to any other city, so in the current time I will say that it is not so much important to get higher education that you have to move to any other city, because the era has become very modern, and you can get the educations via online platform, and there are a lot of the online platforms from which you can get any type of the education. So if you have to prepare for the UPSC, if you have to prepare for the IIT examination, if you have to prepare for the
online
examination.
So if someone has not money for the education, so how can get the online platform? No.
Money is not so much responsible for taking education, because in the current time
it's also responsible.
No, not at all, because if you are having a very less amount of the money, so that time also you can get very well education in your life, because I know a lot of the institutes, I know a lot of the platforms from where you
but
can
they
get.
don't know. We know, because when someone are educated, so they know what is the many schemes for the girls, but they don't know what is the schemes. It's only for educated. For if someone has a lot of money, so they provide us many schemes, but someone has not money and not education, so everyone is cheated.
Okay.